guys, so in today's video, I am going to be doing a first impression on the new Colourpop products. They came out with 3 brand new products. I have not touched them inside, I haven't opened them or anything. I wanted to do a first impression on camera. So basically, they just came out with 42 different foundation shades, and they also came out with some powders and some baking powders. By the way, the foundation is only $12, so I thought that was a great deal. For everything, for all 3 things, I paid $30. So with this foundation shade range, they come out with 42 different foundations, and if you go to Instagram, if you do have them on Instagram, you can actually find their chart and it'll show you different shades that they compare the foundation to. Okay, so this is the foundation that I got. I also got the translucent setting powder, and I got the shade light medium for the no filter sheer pressed powder. Well, it says medium on here. I thought I got light medium. Maybe it was just medium. They have 4 loose powders. I got the translucent one, and I tried getting the concealer, but it wasn't letting me. I also wanted to get the white concealer, so the white one and then a light shade, you know, to highlight, but it wasn't letting me see any of the shades. It wouldn't let me click anything, so I was like, why doesn't it let me do that? And so I decided to just move on without the concealer. So since these are the 3 new products, these were the most important. I'm gonna apply a little bit more of my moisturizer, which I already do have a little bit on, because I really like the way that this feels right before applying my makeup and my primer. I do have dry skin, just so you know, if you're new to my channel and you don't know that. I have really dry skin. Alright, the next thing is the primer. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Skin Primer. This one is the Skin Smoothing one. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my face. Look, I have a little bit of redness that you can really see right now that I'm rubbing my face. So now I'm going to try the No Filter Foundation. And honestly, these items look so tiny. They came in a bag. It wasn't even like a little box or anything. And I was like, is this the 3 stuff? But it was. So this is the way that the box looks, and like I said, I got it in the color light 65. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Oh, it doesn't have a top, it's just a pump. Okay, so oh, you can twist it. All right, so there it is. It looks like it could be my shade. Let's see. Let me shake it before I even try to apply this, which it is a glass bottle, so just so you know. Okay, so it's pretty liquidy. You can see it right there running down my hand. So let me see. On this side, I'll do it with the Beauty Blender. It looks very yellow. What was I gonna say? But it looks like it is my shade though. I mean, maybe I'm a little more yellow than I think I am. And it is covering up. This one is supposed to be a blurring foundation. It's not. It's supposed to make your skin look really smooth, kind of like a filter, but you won't need a filter after using this foundation. So it's supposed to make your skin look, I guess, pretty flawless. So lightweight, or it claims to be lightweight and never cakey. So honestly, right now I feel like it gave me complete full coverage on my skin. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty full coverage right now. I don't see any of the redness that I usually see around my nose, or like I have it around my nose and I always have it around my cheeks, which is where I usually do like a second little layer of foundation, and I don't think I am this time because I feel like that gives me enough coverage. So I don't want to apply too much, but with the Beauty Blender it seems like it's covering up fine, and it does seem to be my shade. I feel like as long as it doesn't change color on me, it will be fine. And also, it doesn't feel heavy, and it doesn't look heavy on my skin. Even looking at it close up, like whenever I look at it in the magnifying side of my mirror, it does not look cakey or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this side of my face and see how that looks. So I'm gonna take another pump of this. Since I'm not using the Beauty Blender, I'm gonna use the brush. On this side, I'm gonna use a flat brush. It's so annoying. Okay, for some reason it wasn't recording whenever I was blending it out, but I was telling you that on this side of my face that I'm using the brush, it just doesn't seem like it's giving me the same amount of coverage as it did on this side. I feel like on this side it looks pretty flawless, and then on this side not so much. Okay, so I'm just applying a tiny bit more, which now I think I applied way too much. Great. Because I didn't feel like I was getting the same amount of coverage, and it wasn't looking even as the other side. Okay, so with the brush, I feel like it looks Like it looks like it's sitting on my face just a little bit more like makeup on me instead of like looking really smooth and in my skin like this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over that with the Beauty Blender because I do not like the way that it looks with the brush alone. I mean, it blended out pretty easily. It wasn't hard to blend out, but I just don't like the finish of it. Alright, so I feel like it just looks a lot better with the Beauty Blender, with the blending out with the Beauty Blender. I feel like I'm not centered, am I? And how much do we get in this? 0.85 fluid ounces, so you don't get a full ounce of foundation. I am reading it off of their Instagram, and it does say that it is full coverage, lightweight, long wearing, and with soft blur technology for a natural matte finish. It looks more like a natural finish, or like just a little bit glowy, not super matte, so I guess natural matte would be the word for that. Also, I do feel like it's full coverage on my skin, and I definitely kind of built it up with a brush. Like I felt like I applied way too much just because I don't know, I just didn't think that it was even, so I applied a little bit more and then it was just way too much. So I do like the finish of it with the Beauty Blender side way better than I do with just the brush, just because I feel like it looks more natural and it looks more blended in. And I do feel like it gives me a nice finish, but I am going to set it, so we'll see the way that it looks after that. So next I'm going to apply a concealer. Like I said, I do not have a Colourpop concealer, but I'm going to try another one. Alrighty, so for concealer today, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this before applying the baking powder, of course. So now I'm going to try, what should I do first? I'm going to use the translucent powder to set my concealer since I just did that. So this is the way that the little container looks, and like I said, I did get it in the color translucent, and this one is called the No Filter Setting Powder. So it is a plastic little container, comes with the little sticker in there. Let me take that off first. So let me see if it'll work by me just okay, so I made a mess like I usually do with with loose powders. They are just so messy, but they're like the nicest thing for setting your under eyes, so it's worth it. So it feels really smooth on my skin. It feels really light too, and it feels really fine, so it feels really soft. I'm also going to apply it on my highlighting areas. I didn't apply concealer everywhere, but I'm still gonna use the setting powder for that. And I'm also going to bake my entire nose. I do that just because I wear glasses, and I feel like it just looks and lasts so much more whenever I'm wearing my glasses. And I wear my glasses every single day, all the time, so I mean, the less that it'll crease here, the better for me. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set one side with just the translucent powder, and then I'll set the other side with this powder, so that way I can see what would be the difference if I want to just get one product, or if, well, if you just want to get one product, or if, you know, if it feels different, if it looks better, which powder should you get, so that way you don't get both. So let me see, I am going to use two different brushes. No, actually, I'll use the same brush. First, I'm going to apply the translucent powder on this side. So it does look, I guess, pretty translucent. It made my foundation look more matte. It doesn't look dewy at all anymore. And, I mean, looks good. It set my foundation. So we'll see how the other one looks. I mean, so far, I feel like my makeup looks pretty flawless. Doesn't look cakey. It doesn't feel heavy on my face. Nothing. And I like the finish of it, even with the powder on top of it. So next, on this side, I'm going to try the No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder. Like I said, shade medium. So this is the shade. Hopefully it's not too dark for me. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it will be a good shade for me. I'm going to go ahead and set everything. So I would say that this side looks more flawless with the, what is this? With the loose powder side. And this one looks like, okay, you know, you set your foundation with a pressed powder pretty much. I feel like this side just looks a little bit more flawless. I don't know. What do you think? What do you see on camera? Can you tell the difference? This side is just the loose powder. This side is just the setting powder. And another thing is that this side looks more matte. This one looks like I still have a little bit of that glow. This side, not so much. I mean, I still do on my eyelid and stuff, but I didn't set that part. Alright, so now I am gonna remove the loose powder, which is really soft, by the way. And this time, my package did not take forever to ship. Just so you know, an update. What did I order before? Oh, I ordered the Kathleen Lights palette, and it took forever. It took like 2 weeks for it to ship, which to me it's a long time, you know, but I mean, it was a popular launch. I got it the day that it launched, so I mean, it was like, I get it, you know. I get it, but it's still like, you gotta expect it, especially for a big launch, you know what I mean? So this time, I ordered it, and I got a notification really quickly, and then it told me that I would be expecting it by Monday. So here it is. Took off the loose powder, and it looks nice on both sides. I don't know what it is. I applied the same amount of concealer. I applied the same amount of foundation. In fact, I feel like I applied a little bit more foundation on this side. But I think it really does have something to do with the setting powder, because the pressed powder side still looks pretty dewy, while on this side it looks more matte and more blurry. So out of the two, I would recommend getting this one if you don't want to get two products, because you can bake your under eye area and you can set the rest of your face. While with this one, I think it would be a little too heavy for my under eyes, instead of buying both and using one for each. Alrighty guys, so that is pretty much it for my first impression. I mean, I tried out all 3 products, and I do like the foundation so far. It looks pretty good. It already dried, and it's still my shade. So I would say that the chart actually worked for me. I did pick light 65. If you would like to compare foundation shades with me, and maybe you think that you're my shade, I will have the rest of the foundations that I use with different brands, so that way you can get an idea on which one you might be. And I feel like it matched me perfectly. It does not look too different. This time I didn't really apply foundation down here because I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I feel like it looks pretty good compared to the rest of my body, the rest of my face. The foundation looks really nice on me. With the setting powders, I gotta say that my favorite one is the loose setting powder. I'm gonna keep using this one for baking underneath my eyes, because I feel like it's really fine, and it also does have like that blurring effect. I feel like my under eye area looks really smooth, but overall the look I'm like this. This side of my face is my favorite side. I just feel like it looks a lot smoother. It looks nice. It looks flawless. I don't think it's necessary to buy both of the powders. As for now, it is just on the website. $12 is such a good price to me, even if you're just like trying it out. I hope that they come out with this product at Ulta, so that way, you know, everybody can like swatch it or look at it and, you know, try to find their shade for $12. I think that is a really, really good price. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked a first impression. I will be doing a ton of new makeup release reviews, because there are so many things coming out right now that I really want to try out, tell you about them, test them out, try them out, whatever it is. I want to show them to you, so that way you can get an idea on if you think you want the product, or if you know you want the product, or, you know, just give you my opinion, and hopefully that helps you out somehow. But yeah, so if you're not subscribed, like I said, I hope you do, so that way you don't miss out on future uploads, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.